Hey everyone, I welcome you all in this another tutorial video. In this vid, we will talk about encapsulation in Java. So for those who don't know me or new here, hey guys, I'm Ujjwal and I make these Java tutorials just like this. So if you're interested in those stuff, then please consider subscribing. Now, I hope you are doing great and ready to learn. So let's kick this video. But before that, let's go ahead and check out our agenda. So here we have the agenda for the video guys. First of all, we will talk about what is encapsulation. After that, we will see some advantage of encapsulation. Following that, we will see getter and setter, and we'll wrap up this video by discussing a programming example of encapsulation. So let's begin. So what is encapsulation? So guys, in simple words, we say encapsulation makes sure that sensitive data is hidden from the user. In other words, we can say encapsulation is a process of wrapping code and data together into a single unit, like a capsule, which is a mixture of several medicine, as we all know. Uh, we create a fully encapsulated class in Java by making all the data members of the class private, and we can use getter and setter, which we will read in the next slide, and we can use getter and setter methods to set and get the data in it. So here are a few advantages of encapsulation guys, and the number one is read only or write only, which means by providing only a setter or a getter method, you can make the class read only or write only. The number two is control over the data, which means it provides you the control over the data. Let's take an example. Suppose you do not want anyone else or anyone to set the value of an ID in a negative. So you can just write the logic in the setter method and you can set those value as a positive, so no one will able to no one able to put the ID in negative. The number three is data hiding, which we all know the best or the main work of encapsulation is data hiding, making the data secure. So it is a way of achieving data hiding in a Java because other class will not able to access the data member through the private data members. Like if you make a class private, so no one will able to use that class without using getter and setter. And the last we have is easy to test. So guys, the encapsulated class is easy to test, so it's better for unit testing. Now let's talk about getter and setter. So guys, in Java, a getter and setter are nothing but just two conventional methods that are used for retrieving and updating values of a variable. As you already know that the private variable cannot be accessed within the same class or outside the class. However, it is possible to access them by providing the public get and set, or we can say getter and setter method. Now let's go ahead and just try to understand this concept very clearly. Just go ahead and let's see a programming example. We will use getter and setter. So here we have this simple example guys. Here I have declared two variables. The first is employee name and the second is employee age, and the name is a string type of variable and the age is int because it's gonna accept the integer type of value. And these both are the private because we want to make it secure, and this is our purpose. So to as these are private, we will not be able to access them, but just to access we're gonna make a getter and a setter method, which we have studied in the last slide. So let's see, and let's go ahead and see that how we can create the getter method. So to create the getter method, we just say public because we want to make it public, because if we make it private there will be no use of it because we'll not be able to access it. So we are saying public and then we are saying string because we want to accept the name and it will be in characters, and we are saying get employee name, we are saying return employee name, and we are doing the same thing for the age. We are saying public int get employee age and return the employee age. Let's see that how do we create the setter method now. So to set the value, we are saying public void and we are saying set employee name. Here we in the brackets we are saying string new value, and here we are assigning the employee name to the new value. We are doing the same thing for the age. We are saying public void set employee age. We are saying int new value and we are assigning employee age to the new value. And then in the main function I've created a class here, the class demo, and I'm saying I've created an object here. I believe you know how to create object. Just by writing the name of the class, which is employee, you can see here in the top, and just by writing the name, and then you say that object, or you can say any name, like I can say my object, I can just put my here, but then I have to put this my everywhere, like I have to go here, I have to say my object, and like this. So same thing I have to do here as well. So this is how you can do. So you can just put the name of your object and you can say equals to new. Don't forget to put this new, and then again the name of the class, and then curly braces, and this is how you create the object. And then by calling the object name, you can set the name, you can say the Mario, or you can set the age for that person, and in the and here you can just call those value. And you know how to call this, just saying system.out.println, and then inverted commas, you can say the same thing by just writing the name of your object and what you want to access. Like as you have set here, you can just now get here. So this is the use of setter and getter method. First you set the values and then you get the values here. That's all for this vid. Catch you in the next. Bye bye.